Hey crafters, this is Nye. Today we are going to be assembling this super easy and super quick layered fall paper craft. I'm going to be using my art glitter glue for all of my gluing, and as you can see, I've got all of my pieces. They're cut out and I have them lined up in the order for gluing. What I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to take some of these pieces apart here and I'm going to glue them together first. And so let's start here with the pie. I just thought this would be a really fun one for us for fall. I know it's kind of crazy because fall is upon us already and it feels like summer actually just got started. So I was a little too vigorous there and I smudged my glue, but that's okay because if you're using art glitter glue like I am, it's going to dry clear. And so all I'm doing is I'm holding the pieces here between my fingers and I'm just going in and I'm adding the glue behind everything. And again, when I go to put the pieces together, I've got everything held between my fingers here just to kind of help me get my alignment correct. And I'm going to do the pumpkin next. So the pumpkin's kind of interesting because it's got the 4 layers here, but that's what's going to kind of give it that 3-dimensional look when we have it layered. And so I'm just adding the glue to the back, a little in the center there. And again, as you can see, I've got it here between my fingers and I want to make sure I've got the right orientation there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it between my 2 fingers and then just line it up. And then when you go to press everything down, just make sure that you've got the right, everything's lining up there along the edges. So I'm going to do the same thing here with this one. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here to these 2 tabs and then a little bit here along the back. And then I'm going to hold it between my fingers and then make sure that I've got it all lined up. So as you can see right there, and mine's stuck now. It's a little off right there, but I think it'll be okay for, yeah, because the outline here will kind of hide that part, so it'll be all right. Okay, so this one's going to be a little tricky because the outline of the pumpkin here, it doesn't have a lot of paper. And so just really take your time. Hopefully your glue has that metal nozzle that will allow you to just kind of get that fine point. And so I'm just adding a little bit of glue right along there. And again, as you can see, I'm holding it between my fingers and I'm actually going to change to this hand just so I can see it a little bit better and you guys can. So I've got it between my 2 fingers and I'm going to line it up right there, just like that. It's a little easier when I hold it with my left hand, just like that. And you can see it there, okay? So that's the pumpkin and the top of the pie. And I've got these 2 pieces here with the corn that are, or not the corn, the wheat that need to be glued down. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue right to the back of these as well. And I should have my tweezers, but again, I don't, because I never think about it until I actually start gluing. I should just leave them. Oh, here they are. Oh, good. All right, so I'm just going to pick it up and then I'll hold it there and that'll make it a little bit easier. And so I'm just adding the glue a little bit there and then I'm going to hold this one up and then just line it up and press it down. And then you can move it over. You've got that 5 seconds before the glue dries and then you're stuck. Okay, so now we're ready to do the main part. So before I go and do that though, I've got this section here with my apples and basket. I'm going to finish up this back here first. So I'm just moving those pieces out and I'm going to hold this one between my fingers. And again, I'm just going to add my glue all along these outer pieces of the wheat and just kind of come in everywhere and add a little bit of glue in there in the center. And I'm going to switch my hands and hold this one again with my right hand there. I'm going to pick up this back piece as well. Now you have 2 layers of this background piece with the wheat. because we want to just have a little bit of extra sturdiness to the design. And so I'm holding it here between my fingers, and I'm going to just line everything up right on top. And remember to work quickly and get everything in that right position, and then begin to press everything down so it's all lined up there. And so you can see this, and I'm going to press it down there, and that looks really good. Okay, so now we're going to add the top part here with the rest of the wheat. And so again, I'm just going to add some glue along the edges and a little bit in the center. And then I'm going to hold it here with my finger, between my fingers, and then I'm just going to line everything up right there, and then press it down. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now all I have is the apples and the basket. Now I'm going to speed up the video for this part here because it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part, I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm just going to go through and glue this section down on top of this section. All right, so I'll speed up the video now so it's not just of all the gluing here. Okay, so as you can see, this last one with the outer design of the barrel, that was a little bit tricky just because of these smaller pieces around the top here. Now we're ready just to add everything together. So one more big glue here along to the back of this, and then we're going to glue it to the wheat. So again, I'm going to hold this one up here. I'm going to place it right on top. Again, just making sure I've got everything lined up. Now I'm ready to add the top of the apple pie. Place that one right on top as well. Use your fingers to get it lined up. And there's a little bit of something right here. There's a little bit of glue. Okay, and now for the pumpkin. And then, like I said, this was just such an easy craft to cut and to assemble here. It's just a lot of fun gluing. You could really make this design your own and make it a lot larger. And if you wanted to, you might be able to hang a string at the back and make it for hanging. And so there we go. That finishes it. It's super cute, super fun. Just a bunch of little, a bunch of things that like we would harvest in fall and bake. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and happy crafting.